Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. I got some plays for you today out of my Carolina Panthers ebook. If you guys don't know, this is the playbook that I've been using all year, and it's plays from the formation you're looking at right here, the gun empty bunch, which is basically the reason that I just can't leave this playbook. I mean, there's a ton of really great plays. I love the pistol formations. You know, there's so many plays, the single back ace, but you know, a lot of those formations I can find in other playbooks where the gun empty bunch. The only other playbook that I'm aware of that it's in is the Steelers, and I just don't like the Steelers nearly as much. I mean, the Panthers playbook has a lot of, you know, crazy plays like the pistols and the Wildcats and runs with the quarterback and options and stuff like that, and they're really hard to stop. But it's really this formation. This is the formation that's kept me here all year, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add to it. So I haven't seen the verticals play. The verticals play is really what started this all off. You know, I put that out a long time ago. I updated it because they kind of patched it. They're really trying to patch this play, to be honest with you. This is one of the most, they've attempted the most that they can to patch this play specifically. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. The verticals play is just one of the most devastating plays when it comes to one of the more broken coverages in this game, which is the cover four, like cover four palms. I put this out in a solo it was a solo battles game, where you can just basically hit a home run every time with McCaffrey. Now they patched it to the point where there really isn't anything open in this coverage. You know what I'm saying? Like that they specifically, I feel, geared this defense towards this play, but that's fine because nobody really runs that much anyway. But it beats pretty much everything else, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we're just going to go quickly through this coverage by coverage. If you didn't see any of the videos I put out about the verticals, and then I'm going to show you a couple more plays out of this that really make this a complete offense. You can run this. I know that I go to my verticals play in some of the plays in this book, no matter what the situation. So I'm going to show you pretty much everything you can do with this formation. It's just one of the best formations in the game, period, bar none. So let's go ahead with the verticals one more time. The most successful play that you can do, or the most successful way that this play works, is against cover threes. So it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pick cover three buzz. But you can run it just like this. If you start it off, you don't even have to motion this guy out. You can see he just gets a quick 5-yard catch and run. But you have the option to make it even better is to motion this guy out. Now, typically that cornerback there, he'll drop back, giving away the fact that it's a cover three, but didn't do that there. But either way, he'll drop back eventually, and then you can see you get an even bigger play. Sometimes you can make that guy miss, and you can take it to the house. So, you know, like I said, this is really best served against cover three. It steals all game against cover three. But if for whatever reason there's certain plays where the linebacker shoots out and kind of takes away that B route there, then you have your other three options, which is Thomas, McCaffrey, and Samuel. All three of those guys take up the center to the point where one of those three are going to be open pretty much every time. Now there, I had to take that would be what I consider the check down. But no matter what play you run this against, you'll always have the option of McCaffrey, Thomas, and Samuel. So I'm going to go ahead and move on, show you guys this real quick with what the adjustments are against cover four. If I have cover four, because I'm not even entirely sure I do. If I don't, I'm just going to move on completely. But this is a really good cover four play out of the 3-4, which hopefully this has, and it does. The cover 4 drop show too. I also did a gameplay where I showed how this beats that play as well. I think we're gonna have to move back a little bit though to hook this one up. So like I said, good cover 4 play. You don't have to make any adjustments. You can still motion this guy out, and he should still have some success underneath that dropping corner, as you can see right there. You know what I'm saying? You can make adjustments, and you can move that linebacker out, or you can, you know, hit outside shade, and sometimes it'll take away more in cover 3 and cover 4. But if they do that, once again, you have the 3 middle receivers. So I'm just going to follow McCaffrey back, like I said right there. He's pretty much got a lane already. You know, that's another way to beat cover 4. The user's got a user, one of the 3, and the other 2 typically are open. But what really makes this play a home run is you can just let Thomas go all the way across the field against the cover 4, and you're going to see how he clears, and he's just wide open. He'll eventually get wide open. Even right there, it was a little bit tighter than typical, but he'll always be open on a cover 4. I don't know why, but if you watch the cornerback on the left side here, I don't know, maybe that's the linebacker, he just stops. He doesn't go back any deeper, and then you can see there's just a huge pocket to throw into over here. So like I said, it doesn't really matter what coverage you run. There's always openings. Cover 2 would probably give this play the most trouble, But in that scenario, you still have your 3 receivers in the middle. One of those 2 should be open. So, like I said, not going to go over that play too much more than I already have. It's just a guaranteed play. So now I'm going to go over some of the plays that I've concocted that work on top of that. And I already showed the Z spot and the spot and go. That's just basically your cover 2 beater. I'll probably show that at the end from my Patreon. But one of the plays that I really like right now is the spacing play and the quarterback draw. I'm going to show you some adjustments that I make on both of those. So we're going to pick spacing. Then we're just going to go random nickel. So I like this play just like this. All I'm going to do as far as my reads go is I'm going to watch the running back. If he's open right away, I'm going to take him. And if there's a guy, like the linebacker will typically follow him out, and that will make me choose between, I mean, either one of these 2 receivers, either McCaffrey, Thomas, or Moore will be wide open every time. The user will most likely follow Thomas to the center of the field, leaving Moore and McCaffrey open. I mean, it's a pretty outstanding play as far as how it's designed. I also like to take this guy in here, and this is going to come in handy in the quarterback draw, by the way. Put him on a slant, and you're going to see how he comes open on the backside over the top of all these coverages. So let's just go ahead and let's run it like this one time. Like I said, if the running back's there, I'm going to take him immediately, and he'll just, you know, steal a catch and run there for 10 yards. Real simple. So like I said, Samuel, I mean, I messed around sometimes with motioning in. You can motion in either one of these guys, but Samuel is going to get open behind the coverage, and you can see how this receiver is just a little bit further off. You know what I mean? Like he's not too, you know, Samuel will get a lot closer to the line. Like I said, if it's the quarterback draw, spoiler alert, I'm going to block him. It's going to make the running play that much better. So, you know, stick around for that. But either way, this is basically the look. Like I said, if that running back's not there for whatever reason, look at that. He just left the middle wide open. Like I said, one of those 3 routes. You're just judging space. It's not even about reads at this point. So we're just going to keep motioning. And Samuel, like I said, at some point he's going to come in handy, but I don't know if I'm necessarily going to need him. But he'll, like I said, if these routes stop and sit too long, and I don't know why he took so long to turn upfield, but you can see he had an open shot. But if these routes, or these zones sit on these routes and get lazy, that triangle route's going to be a really good play. So like I said, right there, I might want to show that in the replay. You can see how eventually they went off to the running back. This is basically the read that I'm making. This is really all there is to it. Like I said, this is a really great short yardage play, a great red zone play. But I'm just following this guy. All you're doing is following the coverage. And you can see once he drops down, this guy, look at, he's just wide open in space. And like I said, I've scored so many times inside the 10 just throwing at this guy who's just wide open. You know what I mean? And even if I would have waited, look what happens. This is the point of that drag or that slant. And you know what I'm saying? It's like you have 2 guys. You have him sitting there, and if I want the bigger play, I want the catch and run, I just throw it over his head, and he's just wide open in space too. And like I said, this is just an amazing short yardage play. Like I got a lot of people that ask me for goal line plays and stuff like that. I'll probably run this anywhere from like the 7 on in. And at this point, Samuel might not even be that important. But you know, the A route, the B route, you know what I'm saying? Right here we have this guy right over the middle. They might be a little bit closer to the 5 for all these plays to be scoring plays. But like I said, I'll use this from here. And then we got the B route, I can tell already. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, it's just money from anywhere. I'd say inside the 10, really. So I would say the best route here for goal line and inside the 5 would probably be DJ Moore. That's the one I'm really trying to get open. But you can see like McCaffrey, he wasn't covered at all. You know what I mean? They just left him wide open in the flat for an easy touchdown. But when I call this play, I'm really looking for Moore. I mean, my reads are McCaffrey first, Moore second, Thomas if they overcommit would be a pretty easy look. And then like I said, like right there, look at how they just leave him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times the coverage just leaves DJ Moore to himself. And, you know, it's pretty ridiculous how easily this pulls coverage. So, like I said, let's go over here. Like I said, all I'm doing, I'm following this running back out. You know what I mean? He goes out, and look how this guy just shoots off to come get him. He's all over this guy. You know what I mean? It's like, you really, even if I would have threw it to McCaffrey early like this, I just know that he's going to leave him. I don't know why, but I just know from running this play enough that he's not sticking with him. And sure enough, he just shoots right down. Like I said, this guy's really the look. And then look who we have just slanting across, who's wide open as well. I mean, there's 2 guys here just sitting in the end zone, just waiting for a touchdown. That's just how easy this play is. So realistically, if I come out and I see a light formation, like if they're coming out and there's only 3 down linemen or something like that, or they're running a lot of cover 4s because draws kill cover 4, then I'll just come out and I'll switch it to the quarterback draw. I'll motion out DJ Moore, or I can even motion in Samuel. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of different options. If I motion in Samuel, it kind of brings the defender in, but at times that can be helpful. It's almost like motioning a tight end. So, but realistically, I'll just motion this guy out because that'll get the user going out towards those receivers a little bit quicker. And then when he leaves the center of the field, I just have a really nice run. It's not really working out too great here because, you know, I'm not a huge fan of running with Cam Newton, but that's definitely an option. So, you know, like I said, this is not really a sympathetic front considering that they have 6 down linemen and only have 5 blockers. But, you know, if you have the advantage, I would say that's definitely the way to go. So here we go. We're gonna run one more time. Like I said, that running back's the easiest look. You know, make a guy miss and you got a really big play. So let's move on. All right, so that's it. If you guys want to see more plays out of the Panthers, I'd love to do some QB running plays out of the pistol. I got an entire scheme out of that. There's just some amazing plays in there. So if you guys want to see some of that stuff, let me know in the comment section or the like button. I'll do that. Other than that, thanks for watching MADDENMONEYSHOT out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.